Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle.
Wait, honey, what was that?
Let's start over.
Start over
All
what?
right. Ready?
Go ahead.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Well, if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Over there.
Probably not as big of the peck of pickled peppers we picked, or
Maybe.
the peck of peppers. They weren't pickled yet, but anyways.
Anyway.
So hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Make My Food Awesome. I'm Mark Allen France, your guide to good food.
And I'm Trisha Morrissey.
My sweetheart of science.
And you can probably guess what today's episode might be about.
Peter Piper.
No.
Piping.
No.
Picking.
Pickled peppers.
Pickled peppers. Picking a peck of pickled peppers. But I think we picked more than a peck.
I don't know how much a peck is, really. I go by pints and quarts.
Well, it's about this much.
Well, then yes, we picked a peck of peppers.
Yes, exactly.
And then we pickled them.
Exactly. So, we're going to show you guys exactly the whole process, but you know what? I bet you know a little bit of some tidbits about pickled peppers.
Well, it depends on what kind of peppers you want to pickle. Peppers that we're going to pickle today are going to be banana peppers and jalapeno peppers. Mm-hmm. And the facts with those is that you need to handle them with care when you pickle them.
Exactly. They do have a lot of vitamins, and they are great for your body. And you can have them for your My Plate.
Yes. You can eat them fresh, cooked, or pickled.
I don't recommend throwing a jalapeno in your mouth while it's fresh because, as we all know...
Some people might.
Well, they might, but as we all know, the heat comes from...
The seeds.
The seeds.
Yep, the oil's in the seeds. A little bit's in the skin, but most of it comes from the seed.
I have seen some places where they've done, the challenges of eating jalapenos or habaneros or
Scorpion.
And
or ghost peppers. No, thank you. Not for me.
One of our favorite shows, Good Mythical Morning, they do a lot of stuff on there with eating the hot peppers, and I know that Rhett and Link, we're still tongue twisted, aren't we?
Yes, I'm sorry.
when Rhett and Link are eating that,
it's
it's extremely entertaining. But I don't get the hiccups like they do from eating the hot peppers.
I get hiccups from drinking soda, so I don't do it.
But we're not doing anything about soda today. We're doing stuff about peppers.
Yes, well, let's show them how it's done.
Okay, well, I'm going to actually let Trisha do this, and for those you guys, like Trisha said, handle with care.
Yes.
These are hot peppers, and if you have pets, get them out of the room. You don't want to have them going around.
Or kids.
Yeah. You don't want anyone licking up little. Not that like they're going to lick the counter.
No, you don't want them picking up any of the seeds or the oils.
No. So we'll be back in just a moment, and Trisha's going to show you exactly how to make those pickled peppers.
See you soon.
Make sure that you thoroughly wash your banana peppers and your jalapeno peppers, checking that all dirt and residue are off each of the peppers. We're going to create our brine by filling a container with 1 gallon of cold water. Now we're going to add 2 cups of canning salt. You want to make sure to mix this very well to dissolve the salt into the water. Make a cut onto each side of the banana peppers and put them in the brine. Once all the peppers are prepared, you're going to want to push the peppers down into the brine, allowing the water to enter the cuts. And then you want to make sure to weight your peppers down. You want to make sure all of them are submerged in the liquid. I'm going to use the bowl to seal the top of this pitcher. Now you're going to place them in your refrigerator and let them sit for 24 hours. You're going to create brine now for your jalapeno peppers using the same measurements. 1 gallon of water to 2 cups of salt. I'm also going to cut on each side of the jalapeno peppers and place those into the brine. When all your peppers are ready, you're going to push them down into the water, allowing the water to enter the peppers. And again, you're going to want to weight your peppers so they're totally submerged under the liquid. I'm going to use a plate to weight down the peppers, making sure that they're fully submerged into the brine. Place this also into the refrigerator for 24 hours. Day 2, it's time to rinse our peppers. You want to make sure that you rinse them under cold water to remove any salt residue that might be lingering on them from the brine. I'm going to remove the tops of each pepper and in a separate container drain any salty brine from the inside of the peppers. When I do this, I'm going to place them in a separate container of fresh cold water. This will allow any salt that might be lingering to be rinsed off the pepper. You're going to drain your peppers again, making sure that any water or residue that's on the inside of the pepper leaves the pepper. Before I slice my peppers, I'm going to create my canning brine. I'm going to use 1 gallon of cold water, 1 cup of white distilled vinegar, and 1 cup of canning salt. I'm going to mix this up and bring it to a boil. Now it's time to cut our peppers into bite-sized rings. You want to try to make sure that the rings that you're slicing are equal sized. Now I'm going to remove any seeds from the rings into a separate container. Once they're all cleaned out, it's time to put them into our sanitized pints. Remember, as you're filling your jar, leave 1/2 inch of head space. I'm going to ladle in the brine now. I'm going to use my bubble popper to remove any trapped air in my pint. I'm going to clean off the top of the jar. I'm going to add my sanitized lid. And then I'm going to secure the ring to the top to ensure a good seal. Alright, I'm going to put gloves on now because I'm going to work with the jalapeno peppers. I would suggest any extremely hot pepper that you work with that you wear gloves to protect your hands from the oils. Now I'm going to drain my jalapenos and rinse any salt residue off of those. Now I'm going to cut off the tops of each of these peppers, and in a separate container I'm going to drain any salty brine that's inside the pepper. I'm going to place those in a container of cold water for an extra rinse. Then I'm going to drain them and make sure any water that's in the inside of the pepper is drained out. It's now time to cut our jalapenos into bite-size rings. Again, make sure that the size of your rings are about equal to one another. I'm also going to remove the seeds from the inside of the pepper rings into a separate container. Now it's time to fill our pints and half pints with jalapeno peppers. Remember, leave yourself 1/2 inch of headspace. I'm going to fill each of my jars with my hot brine. Now, if you have too many peppers in your jar, you can remove a few to create that headspace that's necessary for a good seal. Clean the top of my jar. Place a hot lid on top and secure the ring to ensure a good seal.
And there you go, guys.
Yep, that's the process of pickling peppers.
Not that difficult at all. And we're not going to come back. We're not going to slaughter any more nursery rhymes or tongue twisters, and But we did get these delicious things.
Yes, I think we should try at least the banana peppers right now, because
You don't want to try a jalapeno? You don't want to just pop one of those jalapenos?
No, everybody knows I.
How many jalapenos
do
did
the hot
Trisha pop in
peppers.
her?
There would be
Mouth.
zero. Now, banana peppers, that's a different story.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you love your banana peppers.
Oh, I love banana peppers. I buy them quite a bit at the store, and I thought to myself a few years back, why don't I pickle my own? So, anyways.
Now, I know that this is one that you canned earlier in the year.
Yes.
So we did put it in the fridge so that it could get chilled up, because I like mine chilled. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, yeah, once you open them, you want to refrigerate any of your canned goods.
And this is a new recipe that you're using.
Yes. I've tried all sorts of recipes. I didn't really care for them, and I was searching for the ultimate one. And this is actually a really old pepper recipe my mom shared with me, and it's like the best.
So I think something that's funny, though, is when Trisha and I first started dating, she sat there and she said, well, I tried to pickle some jalapenos. And she said, but they were mushy and they weren't good.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
And I'm sorry, but I thought they were absolutely delicious.
No, I wanted the crunch after they've been pickled. So
I just wanted
this
the heat.
recipe provides the crunch.
Yes.
So it's a good one. It's a keeper. All right, go ahead. You get one first.
Get a nice big one.
Here we go. Woo. Those are good.
Definitely has a crunch to it.
And that's what you want.
Now, I know that with these ones, I can't have a ton of them because there is a lot of sodium in them, which is fine. Absolutely fine. But I can take these out because it's the sodium's in the brine, and put these on a nice sandwich.
Or a salad.
Oh, yeah.
Or a carrot dog. Or a plant-based burger. Now,
These are very good.
thank you.
What were you going to say? Oh, I'm sorry. She's got a mouthful.
Or sometimes I'll just put some in a little bowl and eat them.
Or, yeah, I'll sit there and I'll
Not a
hear
lot.
something.
Just sometimes you want a crunchy pepper, like pickles. It's kind of like a pickle.
If I hear
Pickled
something,
pepper.
someone inside, don't even start it again. So if I hear someone in the fridge and I look over, sometimes Trisha will have a jar of these, or she'll have some dilly beans, or she'll have
pickles.
olives. She's got. Some people have a sweet tooth, honey, but your tooth is not a sweet tooth. You like to have stuff that is brined and stuff that is pickled.
but not extremely hot.
No.
Like, you like your really hot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like my dad. They'll eat the really hot stuff and then they'll be sweating. And I just don't get that. Like, I want to taste my food and not have my mouth on fire. But that, every person's different. So,
I love the crunch in that. That is so nice.
yeah, I think this recipe's a keeper. I'm really glad that my mom and I found it and
Shared it with one another.
Yeah, she shared it with me. So
Exactly.
because it's been a 3-year quest to find the best recipe. So we'll have to share that with you.
Well, if you guys are new here, by the way, like we've said before, go ahead, pop down, hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
Hit the little notifications bell and get all of our notifications. And you too can be the owner of a recipe for lovely banana peppers.
Pickled peppers. Come on.
Pickled banana peppers.
You can do this with any kind of pepper you want. It could be jalapeno. It could be serrano. Help me out. What are some of the
You
other
could do
peppers?
habanero. You could do a reaper. You could probably... How about, let me ask this. Could you take a red pepper like that you buy at the store?
Like a bell pepper?
Or like a bell pepper and do that?
Yeah, you could do that. You could slice it in strips and you could pickle it. Now, if you don't want to slice your peppers into rings and they're small enough or you have a big enough jar, you can pickle them whole too. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it. I like to do them in rings because then we can put it on things like salads or sandwiches or carrot dog or whatever. I think it's easier, just the way we eat them, it's easier to do them in rings. But you can also do them as a whole pepper as well.
Exactly. So, thanks guys for joining us today. Come back again and see us here again on
Make My Food Awesome.
And we will see you guys very, very soon. Remember, share with your friends and family on all your social media outlets and help other people become a member of Team Awesome. See you guys very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.